Today I'm going to be upgrading my 1/3 horsepower garbage disposal with this 3/4 horsepower garbage disposal. Let's jump right in. I'm going to unplug the cord from the old garbage disposal. Then I'm going to loosen the hose clamp that holds in the dishwasher drain hose. You might not want to lay this hose flat as it can spill water and make a mess. Next, I'm going to remove the 2 screws that hold in the discharge piping. There are these hooks on the mounting ring. I'm going to stick something in there that is strong and sturdy to loosen the mounting ring. This will take 2 hands so it just doesn't fall right on your cabinet floor. With that mounting ring loosened out of place, you can just pull the disposal away from the plumbing. Now I'm going to remove the sink flange and mounting ring by loosening all 3 of these screws and backing them off enough so I can reach this snap ring that holds everything into place. This snap ring can be removed with a flathead screwdriver by pulling down on one side. And now we can push the sink flange out from the sink. I'm going to remove all of the old excess plumber's putty. I want this nice and clean. Also removing the old vibration cardboard ring. Here's my new 3/4 horsepower garbage disposer. I chose this because I've installed hundreds of these, and the ones that I always replace are the 1/2 horsepower and 1/3 horsepower. They seem to last 5 years if you're lucky. You're probably not going to get much more than that, and I've also seen those fail after a matter of a few years, which is why most of them only come with a 1-year warranty, while this 3/4 horsepower comes with a 8-year warranty. It's a little more expensive, but it'll grind up better. It's supposedly quieter, and it lasts longer. Oh boy. Let's see what else this comes with. Comes with a new pipe, which I will be utilizing. A stopper, brand new sink drain. What it does not come with is a cord. With the garbage disposal flipped over, there's one Phillips head screw that is holding the cover to the electrical compartment that we need to access. I'm not going to undo that screw all the way. If you reach in here, there should be 2 wires. You've got a black and a white. This should come with the garbage disposer cord if you buy the kit, which I recommend if you have a disposal that doesn't already come with the cord attached. I'm gonna screw in this anti-pull. I want these screws facing to where I can access them. And then I'm going to insert my garbage disposal cord. So with this ground wire is going to go to this green screw right here. I'm going to loop it around the same direction that the screw is going to turn. Now with these 2 wires on the garbage disposal cord, one is going to be ribbed on the outside. That's going to be our neutral, which is going on the left side of the plug. So our ribbed on the outside is going to hook up to the neutral. Twist together the hot wire, and wire nuts work just fine for this application. Tuck these wires into the electrical compartment. Put our cover back on. Now we got our electrical all hooked up. Now I'm going to remove this nasty old tailpiece. Grab that ring. Here's our new bracket. Put that in later. I'm going to remove these screws. Same as the other one, there's a clamp here. We got to take this off and I'll show you why. We got to disassemble all this. So the way that this is going to go, this cardboard piece is going to sit up here. This is the anti-vibration. This is going to go into the sink, but before we do that, we need some plumber's putty. I wish these came with plumber's putty, but they do not. It is required if you are replacing the mounting bracket. Some people will just use the old mounting bracket, but I have a very old one that is crusty and not shiny anymore, so I will not be using that. So just knead this up nice and thin, and we're going to set this plumber's putty all the way around this strainer. And we want to get that as even as possible. It will even itself out once we put tension on it. I just want to make sure that everything is filled so we have 0 leaks. Let's go above the sink. Make sure the lettering is facing the correct way. Set that down into the sink. Using the old garbage disposal, I'm going to set it right on top of that. And the reason for that is it's going to make that ring easier to put on from underneath. Just going to barely thread in these 3 screws. Cardboard piece goes up first, then this piece. Then we're going to slide this over. Pay attention to this groove here. That's where the I've got that clamped on. Line these up. Just get that a little bit snug. And you want this pretty tight. Don't go as tight as you can. You just want to make sure that that's not moving. We can remove this old garbage disposal and remove the excess plumber's putty. This can actually be saved and reused. If your dishwasher drain hooks up to the disposal on a new disposal, it will have a plastic plug in there. You will need to remove this only if your dishwasher drains into your garbage disposal. There's our knockout plug. Now to mount a garbage disposal to our mounting bracket. You'll see 3 of these little hooks. The most important thing is just to make sure they're all hooked up. Sometimes you can only get 2 out of 3 on there. It's going to leak if you do that. If you get all 3 into these grooves right here, you will be good to go. And these hooks that are pointing inward line up right before those grooves. So I'm pushing up, everything is even. I can feel around, all of the hooks are on there. I'm going to take the wrench provided. This is actually to unjam the disposal underneath if it gets jammed up, but we can also use this to tighten all the way on. Now this should turn freely. Hook up our dishwasher drain hose. Want to make a high loop on this dishwasher drain hose as well. That'll just help with the dishwasher draining. This works a little bit differently than most garbage disposals I see on rental properties and property management companies. Basically, there's a clamp right here, and this just slides in. Make sure you have the end that has the grooves that goes in. And the clamp just goes over it like that. Now I will have to loosen some of these plumbing connections. I just kind of want to turn it that way. And it's a little too long, so I need to cut this down just a little bit. I'm going to use some PVC cutters. You can use a hacksaw or any type of saw. Got that a little bit shorter. There we go. Our splash guard just slides right in. Now it's just time to leak test and test out the disposal. There's my new 3/4 horsepower, 8-year warranty garbage disposer, disposal, whatever you want to call it, installed. I'll leave a link in the description of this video to all the tools that might be needed to install your garbage disposal. Thank you so much for watching. This fix is done.